Hello everyone, it's Viking 1. I'm in near Delta, Utah, just west of it, and I'm at a very troubling site for American history during World War II. This is the site of the Topaz internment camp. It's a National Historic Landmark. Central Utah Relocation Center, Topaz Internment Camp, has been designated a National Historic Landmark. So this is where they rounded up Japanese American citizens against their will. One of the internment camps, there's one in Tule Lake in Northern California, and they placed them here against their will. And this really happened. Japanese American U.S. veterans who served their country despite the fact that almost all were incarcerated at Topaz, killed in action. So Franklin Delano Roosevelt was responsible for interning these Japanese American citizens after the attack at Pearl Harbor. And these were the ones who entered our military during World War II and became heroes. Here's a map of the Topaz. Very somber moment here. You had military police here, a hospital, administration, warehouse, barbed wire, guard towers. Area shown 1 square mile. Guard towers. "442nd Regimental Combat Team, 100th Infantry Battalion, Military Intelligence Service, MIS. Formed during World War II, these 3 U.S. military units were comprised of Japanese American young men from the U.S. mainland, Hawaii, and from 10, I'll say that again, 10 internment camps such as Topaz. Despite heated racial attitudes, many young men volunteered to show their loyalty to their country, the United States. Their valor and fighting spirit became known throughout the U.S. military. So because of war hysteria, President Roosevelt placed Japanese American citizens against their will in 10 internment camps, and this was one of them. And I'm going to walk the grounds shortly. Site of Topaz internment camp, and this is what it looked like when people were here. Over 120,000 Japanese Americans, 2/3 of whom are U.S. citizens, are uprooted from their West Coast homes and incarcerated by their own government. It is 1942. Wartime hysteria is at a peak. They are imprisoned in 10 inland concentration camps where they remain behind barbed wire, under suspicion, and armed guards for up to 3.5 years. Topaz is one of the 10 camps. So yes, this was not a conspiracy. This actually happened. Gold Star mothers incarcerated behind barbed wire welcome home their U.S. veteran sons, while at the same time mourn for sons lost fighting for America. And this is where it happened. And this place is really out of the way. From Delta, Utah, which is a small farming town here in south central Utah, a little bit west. It is way out of the way, and the camp is about 12 miles west, a little bit northwest of Delta, Utah. Here's a foundation and concrete pad of where the warehouse area was, what's left. I'm going to head in that direction. And this place really stretches out. It is big. I'm going to head in that direction. All right, here's some of the remains of Camp Topaz, the Japanese internment camp during World War II for Japanese citizens and other people of Japanese descent. Here's a concrete block with some wire. It's not barbed wire. Yes, there is. There's some barbed wire right here. I don't know what this was. This place is big. But this is the actual wire that was here. The wire mesh fencing and barbed wire. Where Japanese American citizens were rounded up and placed in 10 camps, and this is Topaz. I know I keep repeating it, but this is a somber moment. We should not forget what happened here. The question is, can this ever happen again in our future or near future? Okay, I'm going to try to hold my cell phone camera and ride my bicycle with one hand on my handlebar to show you. I'll go this way. Democrat President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, which gave the U.S. military authority to round up Japanese American citizens against their will and place them here at Camp Topaz, a relocation center internment camp with guard towers behind barbed wire against their will. So yes, this is not a conspiracy theory. This is actual history. And I'm standing on the grounds of Camp Topaz here near Delta, Utah, which is a way out of the way town. And I'm just going to show you where there's just nothing around here. There's mountains in the distance. We're in the Great Basin. And as I pan around, there is nothing nearby. Now, there are people who have farms and live in this rural area out this way and out that way. So Delta is in that direction. But as you can see, this place was tucked away, far away from any big city. So people can't see it, what actually happened here. Now, it wasn't a concentration death camp like what happened to those of Jewish descent during World War II, the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. Let's never forget what happened there. But this wasn't good either. In the United States, the bastion of freedom and democracy, we rounded up over 100,000 Japanese Americans and placed them in these places, out of the way, out of sight, in relocation centers. Here's block 1542.